Hello, my name is Sabrina Gonzalez, and I will be talking about cats and basically just giving you guys a little information on them. There's a lot of different common cats that you may see on the street or, in somebody's home. And I also would like to talk about how to take care of a cat if you've never owned a cat, and many misconceptions that there are to having a cat. Usually people like dogs and say it's man's best friend, but I think cats are a little neglected in that area because cats can be very affectionate. I notice many people tend to flock more towards adopting a dog than a cat. So there's just a couple of different type of cats that you can get. There are the more expensive kinds, but I'm just going to talk about the simple kinds that you can, find off the street, just anywhere, because there's so many cats that are loose and, are outside and feral, which means like they don't associate with humans. The first cat I would like to talk about is calicos. So calicos are kind of like the cats that have a bunch of patterns on them. They'll have like patches of them of orange, white, black, gray. They kind of they usually have orange. These calico cats are 99% female. About 1 in 3,000 of them are male. So if you do ever find a calico cat or adopt a calico cat, it's most likely a female. These calico cats are also known in Japan as like good fortune. A lot in the Asian community, they do believe that the calico cat, or use the calico cat as a symbol of good fortune to bring in a lot of money. These type of cats, I've owned a calico cat before when I was a kid. Very independent, at least the one I owned. Very independent, doesn't need too much attention, but they are very affectionate and very loyal as well. The next cat is a tuxedo cat. So basically, like the name, it's a bicolored cat, usually black and white. These are not a breed of cats like how the calico is. It's not necessarily a breed. It's just described from the pattern or the color that it has. So usually it looks like the cat is wearing a tuxedo. It's black and white. I've never owned a tuxedo cat. From what I've seen and what I've heard, these cats are very affectionate, very talkative, lovable. These type of cats are also can be very lazy from what I've heard. But yeah, and the next cat is usually the stereotypical unlucky cat, the black cat. Black cats, they are usually used for Halloween posters and bad luck. Like if you see a black cat cross your path on Friday the 13th, that means something bad's gonna happen, which in all reality, black cats are not unlucky. They actually do have big personalities, very hyper from what I've seen. When they are kittens, they're very overly active. They like to play, they like to run, they like to hunt. I did see that just like calicos, a black cat could be male or female, but they tend to be more males of black cats than females. But you could get either one. It's not like calicos, where calicos you're usually getting a female cat. And the next cat is a tabby cat. I actually own 2 tabby cats. I don't know where they're at. They do their own thing. One is like a gray tabby cat. So a tabby cat is usually defined off the pattern of their fur as well. More suited for like the wild. They have stripes, they have spots. They also have like a M on their forehead. Usually that's how like you would say, oh, this is a calico, or not a calico, a tabby cat. I have a gray tabby cat and I also have an orange tabby cat, and they are very much different. Both boys. I would say all tabby cats are very vocalized and with their feelings. They will let you know when they are happy, and they will let you know when they are not happy. So my gray tabby is very, I would say he's not grumpy, but he will be grumpy if you do something he doesn't like. My orange tabby, he's more of, he's more of like happy go-getter. He doesn't, I have 2 young children who kind of antagonize my cats. Well, mostly my daughter. She's 3 years old. So she does not get along with my gray tabby. However, my orange tabby does not mind her. He does not care what she does, whether she's, pulling his tail and I have to tell her to stop. He does not attack her, does not scratch her. He's very sweet, very lovable. They do say with orange cats, they all share the same brain cell because they're not all quite there. So he is a little, he does whatever he wants. My tabby is more like looks down and like, it looks like he's judging her and it looks like he's judging all of us. So he has a great personality, but he's not as friendly as my orange cat. I don't know if that's just personalities or if it's because he's orange. They're very much different. The second note I'd like to talk about is like when you do own a cat, how to take care of a cat. They're not as demanding as a dog. So you have to go out, walk your dog, make sure you do all that, play with your dog. You don't really necessarily have to walk your cat. You can. There's a lot of people that do buy leashes and what is it called? I don't know what it's called, but a harness for your cat to walk the cat if you want to. I have 2 inside cats. The gray tabby is not interested in going outside. The orange one is, but he's still a kitten, so he can't. I don't let him out there. When taking care of a cat, they are less demanding. I think if you're in an apartment, they are more quiet. Obviously, they're not barking at the door every time somebody knocks, or if someone walks by, they're not barking. They'll stare and judge whoever's walking by, but they're not loud. So that's what I like to have when, owning a cat. That's the benefit I see in it, and food, water, they do say wet food is better for your cat, just because they do need as much hydration as they can get. I feed my cats dry cat food, but they do say to add, water so that they could get more hydration as they are eating that. Litter boxes is also a perk. I get a lot of different things when it comes to the litter box, just because people think it's gross. And it can be. I mean, if a cat owner doesn't take care of their cat litter, it could be pretty gross and stink really bad. So you do have to, scoop daily. Twice a day is what it should be. I usually do once a day or every other day if I'm just lazy, but it has to get done. It's very high maintenance when it comes to the litter box if you don't want to smell like it's a cat house. Cat scratchers are good because they will go after that. If you don't have like a scratch post so that they could file their nails, it's something that makes them feel good to groom themselves. I would definitely invest in a scratch post, or else they will go after other stuff like the couch. I don't know if it's the fabric or what it is, but they have to do it. Or high to reach areas are good too. Both of my cats like to go on top of my kids' bunk beds just because the 3-year-old can't get up there. So they like to be up so that way they can get away from things that they don't like. They want to have an escape route, basically, to be able to, get away from it so that they don't have to, scratch them. So I think that is definitely beneficial to have. High to reach areas. Definitely get like a cat tree. It's like, I have one there. It's right there. It's a little mess, but my kids were just destroying the place. So a big one so they can get up top. That's good enough for them. I mean, it's not guaranteed to have them stop scratching your couch because I just bought these and they already want to go at it. but I've been able to take care of it. And the last thing I want to talk about is misconceptions about cats. A misconception about a cat would be like that they're lazy, they don't do anything. Cats are very playful. You play with toys, little things, because they like to hunt. They have that hunting personality. It's just in their blood. Chasing things. It's better to get two cats so they could just play with each other. That's what I did, and now it's like great because they're just off in their own world. Another misconception is that cats are unloving, which is definitely not true. Like, if you want a loving animal, you should get a dog. Cats are very loving. They're not as like in your face as a dog is. They kind of do what they want, but they will come sit and on your lap, you pet them. It's very, I definitely enjoy that rather than getting licked in my face, but to each their own. Another misconception is like cats only purr when they're happy. That's not definitely the case. Yes, usually they do purr when they are happy and content. There are also incidents where they could be purring because they're in pain. It's a mechanism where they do try to heal themselves and make themselves feel better, try to soothe themselves. Another misconception is cats always land on their feet. Definitely from I've seen is definitely not true. I mean, usually they can like flip over and land on their feet, but there have been times where my cats have fell and didn't land on their feet. It was pretty funny, but and then the biggest misconception also is like black cats, back to black cats being unlucky. It's obviously not true. It's just a superstition. Yeah, they're actually very great cats. Even though I've never owned one, I've heard that they are good cats. Very hyper, but good cats to have. And honestly, the only unlucky cat that I could think of is a catastrophe. Sorry, just a dad joke I had to throw in there. But yeah, that was my speech. I just wanted to talk about cats and give you a little more information on whether you think it would be good for you or not. Thank you.